Hey guys, it's Lauren Cohan.
Hey, what's up? It's Steven Yeun
Hi, I'm Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead.
And you're watching Covino
And Rich.
Yeah, I'm so glad to see you guys.
What's up, Tom Papa?
So
How are you?
I'm sitting at the Coffee Bean. This is perfect for your show because you guys are good at breaking down the world.
Oh yeah,
I'm at the Coffee Bean, and
I'm
I'm getting
I'm a fan of the bean.
I am too. It's really coming
I'm more
up.
of a fan of the tea leaf, but go ahead.
And I'm sitting. I've got like 10 minutes before I come see you. So I'm like, let me get. I'll have the protein box. I'll have the little protein, the egg and cheese, and a couple grapes. And I'm sitting there at the counter thing. You know, that half bar stool thing. Yeah. And this guy next to me, African American guy, looks a little like Samuel Jackson. And in this town, you're like, is it Samuel Jackson?
Maybe it is.
No, it's not. And he wanders out, and then he comes back in, and I'm on probably fourth grape, half egg. This is what I hear next to me. I'm like, there's no one in here.
A little mouse.
There's nobody in here. Why am I always sitting next to the disgusting person? Why am I always next to Slabo? I was just in Ojai for my anniversary.
Slabo.
There's no one at this beautiful resort. I'm looking out on the balcony. There's an overhang, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm just looking at the mountains. It's just peaceful. There's no one there. A guy upstairs talking to his wife on his phone. I'm like, all right, that's okay. He doesn't know I'm down here. He hangs up and then spits, and it lands on the overhang. I'm like, really? People are the worst. So I'm at the Coffee Beans, and I hear him, and I'm like, this is just how these people live. So I figure it's just a guy smacking. So I'm like, all right, I'm not finishing up. I'm going to come see you guys, wrap it up. Let me get out of here because I can't sit next to this disgusting human being. I stand up and I get my box and I just glance over at him. He's hard staring me.
Oh, really? Well, you gave him the stink eye.
I didn't give him the stink eye. I didn't move.
You just.
I've been around so many disgusting things. I just stared at my grape.
Right.
Yeah, I just slowly got up.
I've had enough.
No, it wasn't a huff.
No, it was just a little puff.
Got up. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I don't have to confront him. I can't correct all the gross parts of the world.
Right.
I just have to slide away. But he is looking at me, and I'm like, oh, all right. And he doesn't break.
In this town, he might have been meat gazing. You don't know.
I think that's exactly what just happened
He's
to
a
me.
meat gazer.
That's exactly what
He
happened.
liked you. You were like the hot chick on the treadmill in an empty gym, and the person goes right next to her.
He wasn't eating gross. He was licking his lips.
Yes.
Oh, gross!
Yes.
Papa.
Can a man get a coffee?
Wow. You're like a piece of meat nowadays.
Oh, man.
Is that crazy?
Yeah, dude, you got hit on.
Oh.
You were getting hit on.
I never wished that he was just disgusting with
It
his.
is. Look, it happens, and it's the ultimate. It's a compliment in a lot of ways. You're just not used to being like in that position as a guy. Yeah. You know, usually the predator, or you're usually eyeing somebody up, and when that happens to you, there's a part of you like, well, yeah, fuck, I'm a good-looking dude. But then that part of you is like, whoa, but wait a second, because you're not used to it.
And he wasn't like, it wasn't like a friendly look like, hey.
Yeah.
It was like staring me down like...
It was going to be prison style.
Yes.
He was setting you up for
I
prison
thought
style.
about this yesterday. I was out for a run, jogging.
Yeah.
And this woman is walking. She's got 3 dogs. It is like, I didn't get out till late. It was like 11:30. The sun is out. It is like, nice neighborhood.
Of course.
Dogs, sunshine. I'm running with headphones, earbuds in, and I just waved to her as I'm going by, as I do a lot, and she immediately looks down at her feet and like scurries away with her dogs. And I was like, this is how awful men are.
Yes, now you know why.
This woman has,
Now I'm going to go to Coffee Bean with headphones on because I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. Yo, that's the new signal, I guess.
Actually, I may go there at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Creepo.
He'll be there.
Yeah.
He'll be there.
Waiting.
Wow.
He left. He came back. This was like his spot. But that's how awful men are, that woman has had such awful interactions with men that even in a bright sunny day, she can't even just like look. She like looked down in fear.
Especially at you when you're such a friendly guy. You're such, hey, how's it going?
Friendly face.
Yeah.
It's a friendly.
Awkward jogging shorts.
As he walked in, and Umbros from the '90s.
Yeah, maybe you were showing a little bottom nut. Maybe you're a little too high, your shorts.
It's
Tom.
true. I really have to update my workout clothes. I've just been hanging on to them for a long time.
Yeah,
I never know when to update them because the dry
never
fit
do
stuff
either.
just
You gotta
lasts
see
now.
this. You got to see this. I Snapchatted this yesterday. Tom Papa's here on the show. Again, come to Papa on Series 6. I have a bunch of other stuff going on. I'm at the gym yesterday, right? And I'm on the treadmill. And we see this often, and it's usually a foreign guy. But you got to see this. I Snapchatted it.
Fully, can I guess? Fully clothed?
Fully
clothed. Yeah, I used to live in
Check this out.
Tom,
Look at this. I'm going to show him right now.
All right.
Look at this.
No,
All right, that's
you.
me being racist. Hold on. Look at this. Do you even elliptical, bro? Guys in
He looks like
full-
he's working at Best Buy.
He's got khakis on.
Khakis and a collared shirt.
Khakis and a collared shirt. You know, like the workout gear. It's one extreme to the next. You got foreign dudes in their church shoes and things like that, and their business shoes and khakis, and then you got these other dudes who are all geared up now and
Total
make you
gear.
feel like a schlub because you got on like
Under
your
Armour
jammies.
and
I got on a ratty free T-shirt and shorts that I feel like they're 10 years old because shorts don't go bad.
No, I know, but they do.
Where are you at on the spectrum? You're not on the Under Armour, like real
no,
fitted.
I'm like Nike dry fit.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
You
I
know,
got
a
it.
little fitted. It's not going to be heavy, sweaty like a T-shirt will be.
You're not wearing the spandex like pants underneath, are you?
No,
That would be a
loose
good look.
shorts. Not big.
No, a good look would be just the spandex pants.
Yeah, that would be good. I did in the winter. In the winter, I did wear a almost like a yoga pants. I think they were from like a baseball thing I did, and I just put shorts over them.
Over the
And
pants.
I was like, because it was so cold out, I was
Right,
like, you know. But I bought this dry fit stuff probably 6 years ago.
Same here. I got the same shit.
And I just never updated, but they are getting a little funky.
to be honest, though, you know, we all get really comfortable, but you're starting to almost date yourself at the gym by dressing that way. I got to say, I'm committing that crime. I think we all.
What are we
doing
supposed to
that.
do? What are the kids
You gotta-
doing now?
You got to step it up a little bit. Like the gym gear is just, what is it called? Fitness gear? What do they call it?
I don't even know,
It's
man.
just
I know what
such
you're
a-
saying,
Such
though.
a
Not Under Armour?
rage. Yeah, no, that would be a good move.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Under Armour or Nike. Sometimes I feel like I will go. I'll pass like a Modell's or something, and I'll buy $12 like champion shorts.
Right.
So I'm like, who cares?
I know.
No, it's a scene.
I know.
It's
There
just
is-
more of a scene.
Yeah, there. You know, you don't want to be the thing. You don't. The thing you want to kind of step back from though is having like the matching top and bottom. Like I had this one Nike that has like this bright orange like side thing, like
that
the side.
extends down to the side of the shorts.
Yeah, like and then there's like a bright orange like got shorts. It's like you got to break that up.
Yeah, well,
I know.
yeah.
I shouldn't.
If you're wearing the whole outfit, people expect more from you.
It's like,
right,
it's like
exactly.
I told you, you play. I always find it funny when you play like Sunday softball or something,
Yeah.
and the guy who's not very good shows up in like full uniform
Yeah.
with like elbow pads and batting gloves. Like you can't dress that way if you're not
What are
playing
you
the part.
doing, Tom? Are you doing a lot of just cardio to maintain? Are you on the CrossFit trend? Like, what's
No
your mission?
CrossFit. No, I am. I run.
Yeah.
I do about 3 miles, like 2 or 3 times a week, and then my main thing is yoga.
Really?
Yeah,
And you recommend it?
It's yeah,
How often do you do
100%.
that?
I do that twice a week, and I really should. And I took a break from it. I did for years, and then I took a break. I just moved and did all this. I for like 2 years didn't do it at all.
You know, when you talk to Tom
And-
Papa, even when he's being serious, I'm waiting for the punchline or something.
Yoga? You thought I was serious?
Yeah. No, I don't do yoga. That's for queers. Come on. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm still waiting. Like, you could be serious, but
No,
yeah,
because I'll be honest, of all the fitness trends and different things, yoga, I still, flexibility. What else?
Right.
Because I know
It's
spots.
flexible.
patience.
It's good for your head. It calms you down. The strength is intense. It is a hard thing to do, and I think as the older you get, I can get away with running, but my knees are starting to
it
get a little
sucks,
wobbly.
for sure.
So it's like I'm not crossfitting and pulling things. I should do more weights, I guess, but to be that flexible, you could do yoga. There's people that do it like into their 90s. It just seems like the thing for the long haul. I think this is the way to
For
go.
sure. No, I agreed.
Not a
And
bad
there's
idea.
girls in yoga pants.
Exactly.
There's very few men at yoga.
Butt cheeks are great motivation.
The Spot's wife does yoga, and what she does with Malcolm Jamal Warner, that's what she sees every time.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
Spot's wife, I just picture Spot's wife and Malcolm Jamal Warner stretching together.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can see that too. Hey, by the way, we want to give you a gift while you're here too. The guy before you was we called him Dick Spray Guy. You could have that. It's we now give away gifts to our.
It makes you last up to 30 minutes. The average guy, 5 minutes, 12 seconds.
This is not a novelty gift. This
It's
is like a
actually-
medical thing.
it's a medical
We just call him
thing.
Dick Spray Guy for
I
fun.
like how I immediately went from grossed out to very interested.
Yeah, no, it's the real deal.
You're like this silly item, tuck it in my bag.
Promescent, it takes about 10 minutes to set in, and you last up to 30 minutes long.
Was it like Novocaine? Like
Yeah, but it absorbs into your
It
penis.
absorbs, so it doesn't numb your penis. It actually enhances the sensations.
Not a
and makes it
commercial.
laugh.
Just take it as a parting gift when you leave later.
I don't know if there's a sponsors, guys.
No,
but
you can make
I
fun of it.
I don't think you should be putting anything on your penis ever.
In case the guy at Coffee Bean's still there, we figured. Tom,
You never
I
know.
want to ask you a few things because
All
you're a legendary comedian. You always got new stuff out. I'm wondering if you're caught up in your own stuff or in the culture the way we are, right? Meaning, I don't listen to that many other radio shows. I'm more focused on mine.
Yeah.
But when new comedy comes out, I'm always checking it out. Gerard Carmichael on HBO this weekend.
How was that?
I didn't see that yet,
Right.
but I'm on it. I'm
Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
for
You
it.
know it's
I
out
watched
there.
the new Amy Schumer. I'm a fan of Amy Schumer, but I didn't think this one was as strong as her first one.
Whatever
She's
ends
they're putting out too many too quickly.
That's probably
all
it.
this shit on Netflix. Bill Burr has new stuff. This person has new stuff. Anytime something new comes up,
Yeah.
I just want to check it out, see what they're talking about, and see how I feel about it.
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you do the same thing or not?
Not for stand-up, no.
No.
I mean, I know and love all these people. Bill's a great friend of mine, and Amy's a friend, and Gerard's a friend, and no, I don't watch any of them.
Now you say they're your friends and everything because
Yeah.
you're contemporaries, your colleagues. You
Yeah.
all do the same thing to some degree.
And it's a big support system, by the
It's
way.
a
The
big
comedy
support
world,
system.
believe it or not, you'd think there's, of course,
It's
there's competition,
competitive, but it also is definitely pretty, like, among the people who are good, and especially people you came up with, it's such a unique thing, like,
Right.
to live
Oh,
that
totally.
life. It's such a bizarre thing. There's only a handful of people that know that life.
Right, it's a
so,
fraternity of sorts.
Yeah.
Do you feel bad that sometimes maybe you like these people but you don't get their comedy? Does that happen sometimes?
No.
No.
If I don't get their comedy, we're probably not going to be
You're not
that
gonna
friendly.
vibe that much.
Yeah. That's hard. You know,
I was gonna say, based on what you were saying, there's certain people put out stuff too soon, even though you're not watching it. Can you tell when an act isn't crafted quite? It's not done, but yet they record it.
yes, 100%. We're in an era now of I call it premise comedy, where there's specials and they're like, "Well, that's a great premise." And in a year and a half, maybe 2 years, that would have been a great joke.
It would have developed more.
Yeah, it would have developed. There is a thing to comedy that you can't get away from. The nature of stand up is that these jokes mature
Can I give
and
you
they
an
get
analogy?
older and they're really like become like a wine. Like it really becomes something better over time. But the culture demands you crank out so much more stuff now.
It's like
So
thinking
people are
music.
putting stuff out,
Right.
and I know without even seeing specials. I just know if that person put it out last year and there's another one coming out this year, I know what it takes. It's impossible for it to be great.
And I'm glad that you said that. And I'm not throwing Amy Schumer under the bus because I like her. I like her. I like
Yeah,
the movie
she's
she's
great.
done. I think she's terrific.
She's killing it.
But the new special was an hour, and just because we watch a lot of comedy and we admire what comedians do, I could tell
It was premise
there was
comedy,
a point. There was
basically.
there was
That's what
a
he's
point about a half hour to 40 minutes into the hour special that I was like, that's polished material.
Right.
And then I felt it went off
Yeah.
the rails a little bit, where it's like, this is stuff that she probably didn't craft as well and had to
Yeah.
push it out because she's hot right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I would do it too if I was Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like you're selling arenas and everybody's saying, "Give us more right now." This is her moment.
interesting,
So you
though.
got to kind of crank it out. But
It's
you
like
know,
a band's follow-up album. A band spends
Yeah.
all these years crafting the perfect album. They
Right.
released their first album, and it's perfectly crafted and developed, and they took their time on it, and it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But then people want more right away, and then they put out garbage. Or like even today's world, where
Yeah.
music is just pushed out so fast that it's not the quality stuff that you used to get.
Yeah, and I really believe that it's you're better off being patient, and I could be patient because I don't have arenas saying give us more stuff. But mine that's out now, that's on Hulu and Amazon right now, that
Human
was shot
Mule.
with Epics, called Human Mule. That took me about 2 years, but before that one, and
2
freaked
years.
out. Yeah,
2 years of
two and a
working
half.
it all out, seeing what works, what doesn't work,
touring it.
But how do you know when you get different reactions in different places? You figure it out.
You don't really. You don't really. By the time it's ready to go, it's pretty consistent anywhere you go.
And how crazy do you get with the actual special? Do you analyze everything as far as like, I could have done that better? Do we change it? Like, do you edit?
Yeah.
Are you involved with all that?
Yeah, I edit
Yeah.
the whole thing, and but I really, by the time, if you're super ready,
Yeah.
it's pretty tight. Like, I was down to like the minute. I knew exactly what this act was going to be, how far it was going to go, exactly how long it was going to be. So it was pretty tight. There's not that much editing going on
a particular joke. Sometimes the emphasis on one word
Yeah.
could make a joke, or like you said, maybe just the pause at the right spot. People
Yeah.
don't realize what goes into what you do. Are there times?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say there are
Tom,
times
it
where
could be a look with Tom.
or it could be a
facial
look, or
expression.
like a guy like you or our pal Sebastian. Sometimes
Yeah.
the look that goes with the joke
Right.
is the joke.
Yeah. And I think that's where the seasoning comes in. I mean, you watch like Sebastian, and he'll just the way he reacts to a joke, his own reaction to his own joke, which you find so funny, that comes over time. That just is a season that just grows. That is a thing that, like,
Comfort kind of.
yeah.
right?
And I really think, at this point, I've done a bunch of specials. Like you said with the radio, like you're into your own thing.
Yeah.
I'm totally only into my own thing. I love seeing comics when I run into them at the Comedy Store, at the Cellar, and you see them like going up before you. I love watching that stuff, but it's all just about me and what I'm doing.
Right. You're so focused on your own.
Yeah,
shit.
and you just got to you got to take all these discussions of what the culture is and stuff and kind of throw it out and just be like, where am I right now? Like,
Right.
where am I? This special I shot in July, and it's out there now. And what are we, in March?
Yeah.
And I'm of new stuff. I know where it's at. I know what I have. Like I could 25 minutes of new stuff, but how much of that is really great new stuff? So it's all just about me, and I think you have to do that. You
That's
just
because you're a
have to.
narcissist, right?
Yes. My wife would say yes.
Yeah, we analyzed the traits of a narcissist the other day and realized that we
Oh, yeah?
both very
Yeah,
much
it's,
fall under all the characteristics.
No,
And some-
in a lot
nice
of some
guys.
of it.
We're nice
Some
guys.
of it.
In a lot of ways, yeah, unfortunately. But Tom Papa here, one of our favorite comedians. Again, on Amazon and Hulu, Human Mule, 2 hours. 2 hours, 2 years it took him to develop, not 2 hours.
I was going to say over 20 years of experience doing stand-up. Is there a part of you that has just come to grips with you just being a social observer now, where we've been doing radio half as long as you've been doing stand-up, and I
Right.
feel like everything I live
Yeah.
in the back of my mind is, is this content for the radio, or is this
Yeah.
is this a bit, is this a topic to talk about? Like when you're at Coffee Bean this morning,
Yeah.
are you automatically thinking like, let me take a little note, funny, like
It's
weird
funny you
alter?
yeah,
Is your life
totally.
just one big like fucking note on your cell phone?
Yes, nonstop.
And you've accepted that, right?
Yeah, you do. And it is kind of exhausting, but it is kind of fun at the same time. It's just, when I was sitting there before the guy started hitting on me, some guy was walking across the parking lot, and he was a big dude, and he had a boot on, like an ankle boot. And he's got his cane, and he looked like an old gangster, but he's like, now he's just kind of settled. He's left the life, and he's just kind of, and he's walking in. He's so heavy that his knees are like coming in. It's just like the support is just starting to waver.
Knock-kneed.
Yeah, and I was like, and I have this run in my act now about how it's hard to be a person. It's just so hard to be a person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. That could probably fit. And I was like, oh no, I already have that joke. I'm already talking about people getting too fat and stop telling me what you're quitting. Stop telling me that you're...
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I was like sitting there and my brain was like, okay, hey, there's a guy that fits that premise. There's a guy that, no, we already have that joke done. Okay, we'll move on.
You know, the late, great Mitch Hedberg, I think he had a joke where it's like, something to the effect of, if he wants to get up and write down a joke and he forgets, then he has to convince himself it wasn't funny enough to write down. Because I think comics or anyone that's doing anything creative is constantly on
if you forget,
let me write that down. And one of the most annoying things is, I'm guessing you probably thought, what a hilarious concept for a bit or a joke, and then you forget and you're like, God, what was that thing that happened at lunch?
Yeah.
Damn it.
You know, it's a really weird thing. It's so weird how your subconscious goes to work on it. Like, you ever have this where you see something out on the street and you think, oh, that might be good for the radio, and you forget it. But then as soon as you sit down on the mic and you start talking, all of a sudden it comes out.
Absolutely.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's like your brain is just...
Well, dude, that happens to us every day. I'm sure with you too.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to talk about on the stage today? And Rich and I have no agenda, no plan at all. Like, I got nothing. As soon as we sit down, I'm like, oh, I got all these things.
That's right. Yeah, it just comes out. And you're like, oh, man.
It's
like
very odd.
I really feel like even like looking at my notes and stuff, even if I'm not writing, if I'm just busy, and if I could just sit there with my notebook and just kind of read through it once, that is a form of writing, because then when you get on stage, all of a sudden those things just start coming out. There's this part of your brain you have to trust that's going to work while you're living your life. Like, you're living your life and the subconscious is working on the bits and working on the order of the stuff. And then when you're on stage, all of a sudden that one shows up and it's time to go to work and start spitting them out. It's a very bizarre thing.
You hit the nail on the head. That happens to us every day. Tom Papa here again, Human Mule. When you're a guy who is on the microphone all the time and you're in front of all these people and you're on the stage, are you the guy also at like family events and things like that they expect to get up there and be
say
funny?
Say a few words.
Say a few words. Come on, Tom, you're the guy.
Yeah, not to get up but yeah, they want you to. Yeah.
And are you the guy? Or
for a long time in the beginning, I was like, you know, that's so annoying if they find out I'm a comedian, or that's so annoying that they always want me to be on. But then I was like, you know what? I am funnier than all these people. We're at a boring dinner party. I'll literally now in my head be like, all right, it's time to be funny.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
so
it's literally
you've
like
taken it on.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It is kind of my job. And what are we going to talk about? Dan and his real estate ideas? No.
I am the most interesting guy here. Let's talk about me.
Back to the egomaniacs.
I'll tell you what, Tom Papa, I know you're pals with Jerry Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. And Seinfeld and you similar in the great observational comedy. You know, you say it's hard to not get negative, because you do when you observe things at that next level for comedy. You realize how annoying so many people are, and how you end up feeling like you're just way smarter than everyone else that you deal with. Are there circumstances that you immediately, other places that you realize, wow, people are just stupid? My big example, I know it goes back to an old Seinfeld thing, but different. The car rental place.
Yeah.
I the other day I was standing there for a half hour wondering, what are they talking to the people about for a half hour, and I'm just amazed. Like,
people that don't travel,
the airport line. Like, I just got TSA pre-check, and thank God, because I was so annoyed with just people. I left my earrings on.
You're like, get it together.
Yeah, where do you feel like most people don't have it together?
Man, it's any line, anywhere, anytime there is a guy with a cash register and there's someone walking up to it, I stand back and I feel I'm actually trying to fight it, because I feel my father coming out. Like, I feel like, am I just becoming an old shitty guy? Like, am I just now the guy, like, come on, let's go? Yeah. My father has no patience with any. He gets in the car, he turns it on, he hasn't even pulled out of the driveway and is literally like, look at this asshole. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, we don't even see anybody yet. I don't want to become that guy.
Anyone that asks questions, even.
But at the register, it's just like, I take such pride in getting up, giving them my order, swiping my card, and getting out.
In and out.
That is your job, I think, because you're considerate of everybody behind you. We're all moving along. This isn't. But some people think they're on a date when they get up to the register and they start talking and do the whole thing. And then, you know what? I will take the brownie. And then, they're doing it all over again. And I really feel like, is this just, I think this is an LA thing too, though. I think people are so consumed with their own life. They all think they're in their own world and movie, that they think that they can be at the register. Right. They don't care about anyone behind them.
This is their moment.
Oh, yeah. but I have to stop myself because my wife is just like, I can feel my wife. She doesn't say it out loud, but I can feel her
your
like,
dad.
yeah, will you
Turning
stop
into
it?
your dad.
You're turning into an old cranky ass man.
I realized this the other day. I had to just return a few things, and for me, it's like, all right, return, got the receipt, boom, just please make this the most simple
Smooth.
transaction. And it was all places my wife and I are expecting our first kid. So it was
Nice.
at Bye Bye Baby, and that is a fucking disaster of a scene. These baby stores, like once
Oh my
again,
God.
much like the car rental place, much like everywhere else, it is.
And then you as
A
a grower,
catastrophe.
You are going to enter a world
Oh,
of
yeah.
hell because you think people are
Even-
bad
even the
now.
brand
Just
names.
at the people at the Coffee Bean are just go into a place where women are now buying things for their child, for their newborn. The level of self-involvement is so enormous. Everywhere you go, mommy and me classes, pottery
yeah.
classes, baby yoga. I mean, you name it, you're going to be living in hell.
Can't wait.
I had so
It's
many
gonna
more
be so
questions.
great.
I had so many questions for Tom Papa.
But we only have 1 minute.
And we only have
We're
1
running
minute.
out of
So
time.
tell
Oh my
us
God.
about your show, your radio show, man. Before you go.
My Come to Papa live is on Comedy Masters.
Yeah.
And here on the Sirius XM.
Is that what Ferguson's on too now? Is that what he's on?
I don't know.
I think he's on Comedy Greats.
Comedy Greats. That's
but
what
you're
it
a
is.
master.
I'm a master.
Okay.
I'm a master, but I'm on Greats.
Next level. Okay.
But I do these. I did these.
There's that ego, bro.
I used to do
see?
these interview shows all the time, and they were kind of fun. But I kind of got tired of it. I started doing these live shows that are like a Prairie Home Companion, but with comedians. So it's just we have these great acts, and we do sketches. It's like an old time radio, and that's once a month on Comedy Greats.
Well, he's a comedy master on Comedy Greats, Sirius XM. Again, Human Mule on Amazon and Hulu. And dude, you're always welcome on our show. Thank
Love
you.
your
Thank
show.
you so much, Tom.
Every time I come in, I'm like, why aren't I here more often?
Thank you.
Pop, everybody.
Tom Papa.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, arrivederci,
We
baby.
will see you in the promised land.
All right, goodbye.